Go.
Hi, I'm ReAnna, and today my lesson is going to be about mixing goat feed and how you can relate this to the food that you eat at home. For this, I am using Mormon's Show Tech show feed by ADM, and then I'm using a mixture from the co-op that we use with all of our animals, and it has corn, some pellets, and sunflower seeds. For your activity at home to follow along, you are going to use peanuts and M&Ms to mix together to incorporate how we mix feed here at the farm. So we use this 1 gallon. It used to be an old coffee can, but we just repurposed it to be used for this. And so for you, you could take 1 cup of peanuts, and so I'm gonna scoop it in like so, and then I pour it into the bucket. So for you at home, you'll take your 1 cup, scoop it into the container of peanuts, and then dump it into the big bowl. Then I take our mixture of stuff from the co-op that they make, and I make sure to get it all the way full, because we do a 1:1 ratio. And then we dump it in here, and you would do that with your M&Ms or whatever else you want to mix in. And then we go back in here, get another cup, mix it back in here to get more of this mixture. So it is a 2 to 3 mixture. We have 2 scoops of our co-op feed and then 3 scoops of this. And then I'll sit my 1 gallon bucket down. And then I take this bucket, and at home you'll take whatever bowl you have or whatever you're mixing in. And to mix it, we pour 1, and then just keep going back and forth until it's all mixed up and evenly distributed throughout. And this is about 4, just to make sure it all gets spread out and good, and is a good mixture. And then we put it into our larger container over here. And keep going until the bucket is full. For us, it probably takes about 5 or 6 times of doing this to fill up a trash can full. And at home, you'll just keep on going until you have the same amount as you want. This relates to what I'm going to be doing as a future educator, because I'm going to be an ag ed major, which is agriculture education. So I'll be dealing with livestock and feed mixtures and the nutrition of animals. And so I think it's really cool that I can relate this back to people who may not have a clue about anything with agriculture by mixing feed. So yeah. Some of the nutrition that comes from the Mormon Show Tech feed is, it has copper, salt, vitamin A, calcium, phosphorus, which are all things that humans consume and need nutrients with. So I think that's really interesting how both animals and humans need the same type of nutrition. It also has vegetable oil and other things like that that both humans use in their everyday lives. And so, yeah. Like humans, our goats have a very nutritious value, or nutritious feed value. They have a mixture of corn, oats, sunflower seeds, and then a type of pellet. These are all mixed together to get the highest nutrition possible for our show goats and bucks that we have out in the pens. So, and then these will relate to the different things that are in the trail mix that you will be making, and I will demonstrate at the end of the video. So for your activity at home, like I said, you could do a trail mix. So now I'm going to be demonstrating how I make my trail mix, and you can follow along. So for this, I'm going to be taking some fruit snacks and pretzels, and I'm only going to be using 2 things because that's what we did to mix the goat feed. So I have a 4th cup, but like I said earlier, you can use a 1 cup, and so I'm going to be putting a few gummies in there, dropping it in, and then taking my pretzels, scooping some into that, and then dumping it in like we did with the feed. And then I'll take some more of the gummies, dump it in, take more of the pretzels, and dump it in. Then, like what we did with the feed for the goats, is dump it back and forth to get it all mixed together, and making sure that it is evenly distributed so that we can have an even amount throughout our snacking. And you can use anything you have at home to make your trail mix. Thank you. As I compared the nutrition facts with the one from the goat feed, it has a lot of similar things such as calcium, potassium, iron, vegetable oil is used in both of them to make, and the nutrition labels are just really similar. And that's really interesting because whenever we think about we feed our goats, a lot of people do not make connections between livestock feed and human feed, human food, but in reality they all have a lot of the same ingredients and the same diet for what we want to feed. Show animals are on a pretty strict diet most of the year, and just like humans, they go on diets, so that's another way to make a connection. To wrap up this teaching experience, I would like my students to just reflect on their diets and how the animal that they may have never seen that they eat, what their diets may have been like to become the food that they are eating now.